Hey YouTube, Jim here. Welcome to Top 10 Archive. If you've ever spoken to a kid that seems mature for their age, you've wondered, are you an old soul? Have they been here before? That's surely what the parents of these top 10 kids who lived past lives thought before discovering what lurked behind their children's wisdom.
Number 10. Ryan. Ryan was a 4-year-old boy from Oklahoma who would wake up in the middle of the night asking his mom to take him home where he'd lived before. When she showed confusion, he said he wanted to go back to his life in Hollywood and that the conditions of his current home were nothing compared to his previous house with pools and cars. To make him feel better, she checked out a book at the library about old Hollywood, but it backfired. He pointed to a still from the 1932 movie Night After Night at one of the actors and said, "Mama, that's me." After a lot of research and contacting experts on children who lived past lives, Ryan was put in touch with the actor's daughter, who confirmed over 50 details the boy remembered. Would you be relieved, skeptical, or scared to find out they were right? Number 9. Katsugoro. In the early 1800s, a Japanese boy told his family he had recollections of a past life. He remembered being the son of a farmer who died of smallpox. In fact, the boy, named Katsugoro, remembered dozens of details from his past life. His family took his allegations seriously, and an investigation made it clear that he was telling the truth. Number 8. Plane on Fire. James Leninger was a 4-year-old boy from Louisiana who was convinced he was a World War II pilot. His parents started noticing his strange stories after he woke up from a nightmare yelling, "Airplane crash, plane on fire, little man can't get out." This seemed strange, but it only got worse with him revealing details he knew about a war he'd never been lectured on. He went into extreme details of his previous life as a man, also named James, who flew a ship named Natoma. He'd correct experts when they'd refer to airplane parts or models wrong, and every single time he'd be proven right. It wasn't just a far-off memory either. The nightmares haunted him several times a week, and his mother began to reassure him that he was safe now, following advice from a past life therapist. Not everyone believes little James was actually reincarnated, but his parents wrote a book on the experience called Soul Survivor, if you're interested in learning more about his story. Number 7. A 9/11 reincarnation. A mom became convinced that her daughter was a 9/11 reincarnated soul after what she said upon seeing a 9/11 memorial post. She casually told her mother that she used to work there until the building got very hot and she couldn't escape. She said she had jumped out of the window to fly like a bird. If you've seen any of the footage from that day, you'll know the little girl's testimony of what happened rings devastatingly true. Could a World Trade Center worker have been reborn into a little girl, or did she just see footage of the events before? Number 6. You did what all by yourself? When kids start getting independent, they tell their parents all the things they can finally do on their own. Go to the bathroom, put on their shoes, etc. Surely this mom didn't immediately think she'd heard correctly when her daughter said, "I died all by myself." When asked to elaborate, she said, "Not when you were my mommy, when I lived with my old mommy. She had brown skin, and so did I. The spider bit me, and I died all by myself." It seems like they moved past it without doing much research into the matter, but the girl is, from her mother's testimony, still afraid of spiders because of her past life. Number 5. Pam. 2-year-old Luke would name everything around him Pam. This disturbed no one because, frankly, all kids do things like that. At some point, you probably had your parents calling the remote Bob, just to humor you. In the same way, Luke's mom thought nothing of it and called all the things Pam as he asked. He then started talking about when he used to be a girl in detail, how he had black hair and the types of earrings he had. He said he died and went to heaven, where God pushed him back down. Once he woke up, he was Luke. Despite how horrifying this must have been to hear, she pressed on, asking how Pam died. He said it had been in a Chicago fire. Of course, the mom did some research and found Pamela Robinson, who jumped to her death during a fire in a Chicago hotel. They later went on a TV show called Ghost Inside My Child, where you can watch Luke identify Pam out of a mix of photos. Number 4. Sam Taylor. For now, we've only really seen kids who lived past lives as random people. What happens when kids are reincarnated souls from the very same family? That's what Sam Taylor's father thinks. Sam told his father that when he was the age his father was, he was changing his diapers. That wasn't the only instance when something like this was mentioned. After seeing a family album his father brought home, Sam pointed to a photo of his grandfather with his first car and said, "That's my car." Before revealing anything, Sam's dad decided to see just how much the boy knew. He gave him a photo of his grandfather as a young man, surrounded by others of the same age. Sam didn't miss a beat as he pointed to the grandfather. Number 3. Sonam Wangdu. Sonam was a boy born in Seattle in the 1990s. He was only 2 when he started talking about being the 4th reincarnation of the Tibetan Lama. He started insisting his family call him Trikula, which means reincarnation, and was sent away by choice at just age 5 to live in Nepal and be raised by monks. His parents took him, and he smiled upon arrival, like he was home. He went on to become the head of a monastery in Kathmandu, never looking back at his life in Seattle. He now lives his life as the 4th reincarnation of Dejung Rinpoche I. Number 2. Sujith and Sammy. The moment he was able to, Sujith, a Sri Lankan boy, began to talk of his previous life. It was elaborate, to say the least. According to Sujith, his name used to be Sammy, and he lived in the village of Gorakhana. He worked on the railroad and dealt bootleg whiskey. He had a wife named Maggie and was killed after an argument with her when he went out drinking and got hit by a truck. The parents, coming from a culture where reincarnations are a wide belief, listened and investigated. A professor of psychiatry from the University of Virginia got involved and confirmed many of the details of Sammy's life, who they found out was named Sammy Fernando. Sujith was introduced to Sammy's family and was aware of all their nicknames, which just convinced everyone that much more. Number 1. Chase, the boy soldier. In 1994, a boy's reincarnation story became so hard to deny that he was brought to the Oprah Winfrey Show to share it. He was 11 years old and claimed to remember how he died as a 5-year-old child soldier. He could describe everything in detail and share drawings he'd done years prior to the day he died. He said he had been a black boy in his past life. Of course, many scoffed off the story as mania or even blamed the mother for teaching him such things. If nothing more, the young boy taught a lot of people about the true atrocities child soldiers live and die through all over the world. Thanks for watching. Are you amazed by any of these stories? Have you had the sense that you once lived a past life? Or are you definitely an original, one of a kind? Let us know in the comments. Here's something you can enjoy doing over and over and over again, watching vids on this channel. To come back again and again, just subscribe, click the bell, and give this video a like, and the cycle will begin.